Achieving adequate depth of field in product photography and macro photography has always been difficult. But today's new higher resolution digital sensors magnify this problem dramatically. Using f-stops that create a greater depth of field causes lens diffraction due to higher concentration of pixels in the same sensor sizes we used for film photography. The result is an image that may be in focus, but that may be lacking in overall sharpness. The answer to this problem is focus stacking. Focus stacking means taking multiple images of the same object at different focal points and assembling them using software so that the final image achieves focus throughout the image. Focus stacking requires very precise camera movement when capturing the various focal point photos. NovoFlex Castel Micro gives you maximum flexibility and control to make capturing extensive focus stacking images quick and easy. Castel Micro can be used with all kinds of digital capture systems from Micro Four Thirds to medium format, so you can use the tool that is best for the subject you're shooting. Stacking software like Helicon Focus or Photoshop requires multiple images shot at precise and repeatable increments, so that the depth of field overlaps from image to image. Doing this manually is cumbersome and time-consuming, often resulting in missing shots that causes a failure of the software to assemble a sharp image. NovoFlex Castel Micro solves the problem. Castel Micro is user-programmable to meet various demands of macro and product photography. First, we must calculate the exact distance of movement needed by Castel Micro for each photo and how many shots are needed to complete the image. Remember to turn off autofocus on the lens and set your focus. First, set the start and end point for the shot series. Determine the frontmost point where the object is focused and set that on the controller using the start button. Next, set the farthest point of focus for the object and enter that into the controller using the end button. Finally, determine the distance in millimeters that the mounting block needs to move for each image capture. The user manual for Castel Micro provides a table from which you choose your lens and f-stop to determine this distance. Settings can be saved and used for similar objects using the same setup. The controller allows direct entry of either the number of images to capture or the step size required. When working in magnification factors greater than 1:1 in macro photography, manual fine-tuning focus becomes increasingly difficult. As magnification increases, depth of field decreases. When using macro lenses, turn autofocus off and set the lens to the nearest focus distance. Autofocus will not work properly for focus stacking in most cases. Now configure the controller based on your lens, f-stop and focus distance, and Castel Micro takes over so that images are captured precisely, allowing focus stacking software to assemble multiple images, producing a super sharp image with amazing depth of field. NovoFlex Castel Micro is precise enough to work in magnification factors up to 50 times life size. To achieve these enormous magnification factors, we must often use microscope lenses, which have fixed magnification factors and longer working distances. The longer working distance allows you to light the subject properly. NovoFlex Microtube allows infinity-corrected microscope lenses to be used on cameras up to full-frame 35mm sensor sizes. This combination allows us to utilize the Castel Micro for capturing extreme magnification images using focus stacking. The Schneider Apo Digita 90mm lens in combination with a bellows system can be used on Micro Four Thirds to medium format cameras for maximum versatility. This lens has less distortion than many camera lenses. There are fewer elements and fewer lens surfaces to refract light. No helical mount means that lens elements do not move in relation to each other, so that they are constantly positioned for maximum sharpness and resolution. Using a bellows attachment allows the lens to focus from infinity to macro. We're using the new Casball Pro bellows. It's not attached to a focus rail, allowing us to connect the bellows directly to the rail on the Castel Micro. If we use a regular bellows, the maximum object depth we can capture is determined by the maximum travel distance of the sliding block on the Castel Micro, which is 100mm. So the maximum object depth we can record is only 100mm. But if we use the Casball Pro bellows, 2 mm of bellows travel gives us 200 mm of object depth. That gives a maximum object depth of about 10 meters. You could literally focus stack a bus! This configuration also allows the distance from the lens to the subject to remain constant, while the camera moves in relation to the lens to accomplish different focus points. Moving the lens in relation to the subject can cause a multitude of problems. For instance, picking up reflections from lighting due to the movement of the lens. The working distance may be reduced so that shadows fall on the subject, or perhaps the lens or lens shade even comes in contact with the subject. Castel Micro combined with Casball Pro bellows gives you options for focus stacking that others have not thought of yet. Only NovoFlex gives you endless possibilities for object and product photography in addition to macro photography. Why not use camera built-in stacking? Only a few camera systems offer this feature, only native lenses can be used, and out of those, only a few lenses can actually work. These systems do not give you control over the stacking process. NovoFlex Castel Micro lets you control every aspect of stacking images and works with nearly every camera and lens combination. Because Castel Micro operates on battery power, use it in the field for delicate macro work, or use AC when available for uninterrupted shooting for those long shooting sessions in controlled settings. Whether you're shooting products, documenting specimens, doing extreme magnification macro, or any other situation where you want focus stacking, NovoFlex Castel Micro gives you the ultimate control over your final image.